Oh, hi there. It's Thursday, and as you can see, I'm at 81 Dojo. Gonna make this a titled Thursday, play some games as the reigning MO title holder, and see how it goes. No real plans besides that. If people want to play in the chat, we can play. If people want to play something else, um, I'm good with that. But here I am. So that's it. I see, wow, I see Morph in there playing. Rated game. I don't want to jump in there and distract. I see someone, ASPTN, a 1 win, 0 loss player. Who knows how good this player is. Let's challenge. They're looking for a practice game. Although I'd like to play 1040, but this is fine. Let's challenge. Oh gosh. I have a cut. Oh gosh. I have a... Hopefully it doesn't bleed. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Mildly concerned with this. I don't know where I got this. It's like a slice on my finger. The heck was I doing? What am I doing? What I don't know what happened. Okay. Okay, let's get in here. So wait, he's got 3 pieces defending. So push, take, 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 take. Wait, push, take, 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 take. Okay, yeah, still fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. Wait, take, 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 take. Yeah, it is not fine. Hmm. Good day, Emperor Rex. Nice to see you. All right. I'll just give up. I'll give up that pawn. This pawn I don't care about. Um, but you know this pawn. This pawn's mildly annoying to have lost it. Mildly annoying, especially since it was due to a misread. Let's get over here. Let's get over here. Let's play a little slower. Hey, Fordu, nice to see you. Saw you playing a game earlier. Pawn drop. Pawn drop. He takes. I take with the knight. No. I'm a little cramped here. I'm definitely cramped. So where do I want to go now? Where do I want to go with this? How do I keep my pieces? How do I develop my pieces? Okay. You were so casual. You need food. Oh man, you were at the end of a game. Wait, that was a rated game. That was a rated game I saw. I sliced my finger somehow as I was setting up my stream. I don't know what is going on. So what am I looking to do here? Should I get my rook up? Like, what are we looking to do? Yeah, this is not so. I'm getting my silver trapped here. I think I need to readjust. I think I need to readjust, but I'm not sure how. So if he comes down here, he pushes. That's not good. All right, well, let's see. Let's see. So pawn, knight. He comes forward. Or he goes back, and then he drops the pawn. Comes back, I drop the pawn. Moves his king. How do I get a piece? Like, how do I get How do I Sabaki something? Oh, not tournament games. You don't care about the rating. Yeah. Yeah, you're underrated, I think, on 81 Dojo anyway. So how do I Sabaki a piece here? Let's get this pawn up. And just give it to this rook. Give it to him. You give it. Hey, Dartney Twitch, nice to see you. So he can still take this. All right, well, I'll get my gold up here. Now I can pull my bishop back. Do I want to pull my bishop back and get my silver up? This is the slow game, which I am famously good at. Famously. Just Darkney is fine. Okay. What cut my hand as I was setting up my stream? Got this like slice. Yeah, that's I don't know about that. What if I bring my knight up, take this. Pawn, no. Pawn takes jump. I take, he drops a pawn. You know, do I think about giving up a piece just to get a piece in hand? Like pawn, take, pawn, take, pawn. Like is that? I don't think so. I don't think so. But what else am I going to do here? Try to get the silver. Trade off the bishop. If I trade off the bishop, then what? Trade off the bishop. I get a drop over here, but he gets a good drop too. I don't see the threat. I don't see the threat here yet. I could do this and then take here, but then I'm stuck. Then I'm stuck. Then I'm stuck. Then my rook is. Then he'll drop a pawn. And I come over here, and then he pushes, and I'm hosed. Sort of. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. He can't drop a pawn here because I take with the bishop. All right, well, why not? Why not? Why not? You know, I'm no longer defending this. Well, sort of am. Not really. Mmm. Okay. All right. Should I jump my knight? I jump my knight, then what? He's got a fork. He's got a he could take the knight and get this. Well, yeah, which would be good. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Well, I could drop the silver then. If he does fork, then I could drop the silver here and get his rook. Shogi is a game about capturing rooks. Or, so... Yeah. All right. All right. All right. If I drop the pawn, is he going to take with the knight? Is he going to take with the knight? So if I drop with the pawn and he escapes back, this is a long is not long, but this is a very hopeful line. I drop the pawn, he goes back. I exchange the bishop. I go over here. He takes. I take. He takes. I get the bishop drop here, forking the king and the rook. But that's too hopeful. I think it's more likely he's just going to take with the pawn, the knight. I take with the knight. I drop the pawn. No, I can't drop the pawn because... Wait. He takes the knight. I take with the knight. He takes with the silver. He takes with the silver. Let's bring our silver up. Let's bring our silver up. I'm giving him another fork. Another fork. But this one I'll just take. If he takes, I take. He drops, I take. Well, he can't drop a pawn for my bishop. So he does this, then he pushes, and he's going to win this silver. Okay, because I blocked it. I blocked it. Yeah. Yeah, so I think this is what I do in the slow game. This is what I do in the slow game. This is my MO. I play the slow game, get into the middle point, and then I overextend a silver and I get a silver trapped. So this is what I do. I think this is my main line, is to lose a silver. But I guess if he does push, then I can come back down here. All right, let's see. All right. Maybe I should have dropped a pawn. No, I can't drop a pawn there. All right. All right, let's Sabaki. Let's do some of this. Is there anything better though? I drop here. No, I can't drop here because I have a pawn here.
30秒 40秒
All right, let's prepare this. Let's get that. Do I have any forks? This I could fork this and end this, but that's not really a fork.
30秒 40秒
Drop the pawn.
50秒 1、2、3、4、5
I do have a bishop drop here, but he has other bishop drops. And this I don't think this. What does this do? It maybe gets me a lance and traps my bishop. It feels like my bishop has a better place to be.
30秒 40秒
I think I come up. Where does he go? He goes there.
50
And then I
秒
take, and then the
2 3
hard to read. Hard to read. Hard to read. Hard to read. If I get a silver, I've got this fork. I've also got promote, take silver fork here, which doesn't win it, but it does take a gold away from his castle. Meanwhile, we're still basically materially even. My castle feels a little better than his at this point. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Why does the other guy have 11 minutes? He's fast. He's faster than I am. I am slow and I am talking. So it's okay. Okay. All right. I take, he takes, I take. I think that's too good. Okay. Tempted to take. Very tempted to take.
30秒 40秒
Gold drop. Now take, take.
50秒
How do I get this king out of here?
3 4 5 6 7 8 9
Yeah. So now he is up. Now he is up material. Yeah, I didn't see that.
,30 秒
I think it's just too wasteful over
40
here.
秒 50秒 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8
I don't know. I've got to give my silver something. Or maybe I should have... Okay.
,30 秒 40秒
I'm just not sure what to do.
50秒 1、2、3、4、5、6 30秒
I don't see a place to not get forked here. And my bishop, his bishop drops are strong. Can I do anything
50
here?
秒 1、2
All right, I don't see anything. I don't see anything. So I'm going to. Oh, that's lost. He just jumps. He just jumps. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. Jesus. Is there any thread I can make? Is there any thread I can make?
30秒
I don't think so. I don't think so. That was so stupid of me. It was so stupid.
50秒
All right. So I got a silver and a lance. I've got a knight and a lance for it. Is that okay? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. What if I drop the knight here and come up? What if I come up here?
40秒 50秒 1、2、3、
Lance here?
5、6、7、8、9
Kind of interesting. Drops the bishop
30
here,
秒
and I got my knight up, my pawn up.
40秒
Can I drop a knight anywhere?
50秒
All right,
1
let's do it. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, because I took the pawn. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I didn't see that. Yeah. Yeah, that is nice. So if I jump it here, he comes over, I slide over. I slide over. All right. Hmm. Dang. He saw it. 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 He saw it.
$30 秒 $40 秒
So is there any way to surround the king here? Any way to surround the king here? No, he could just take, and then I take. He takes, I take. Take, silver. Comes over, take, and I save this guy?
30
Is there any value in saving that?
秒 $40 秒 $50 秒 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9
It's that's the at least I get a pawn type of idea, but it's not. I thought at least it'd be better. Do I trap the rook? No, I do not. No, I do not. But now I don't get the fork. So now I don't get the fork. But you know, the fork isn't that great to begin with. All right, let's do this first. Let's do this first. Any way I can shift this king over? If I promote back here,
30秒
no, that's not anything. Is there anything? I have so few pieces. Is there anything I can do?
30秒
Come over here, bring my rook to the center.
40秒
Yeah. All these pieces. This has been one of these. I think more self. Hey, biggest Decus, big deck, big Gus deck US. Nice to see you, big Gus, big Gus here. Yeah. All right, let's he's gonna drop the lance, the there, and then the lance, and let's resign. Let's resign now. GG, GG. Let me copy that Kifu in. Oh, nice. Nice. Melkor sees this nice fork. I mean, I'm still going to lose, but I like that. I like that a lot. Well, he just takes, right? He would just take, and then I take, and then he drops a lance, and then like, yeah, I'm still gonna lose. Let's bring this in. I like that idea though. Add to study, 81 dojo, 2025. Change my scene. Oh, that bug that I thought was fixed, it was not fixed. Okay. Yeah, so he dropped the silver. It's 3-5 gold. Oh, if he takes, I promote in. Okay. Do I? Wait, because he could get a gold drop. Yeah, so he takes. I promote. He drops a gold. I take here. Okay. 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 Hey, Tulip, nice to see you. You know, the engine's saying that this is still plus 24, you know, for the opponent, but at least I'm still playing. At least I'd still be playing. I'm going to guess that the Lance drop was the best move rather than that silver. I think he just wanted me to resign by playing as fast as possible. So, yeah, the Lance drop was better. Good game. Good game. All right, let's get another. Well, let's read. You know, this is the thing is I have no sense of how to even begin reviewing these types of games. Maybe someone has some ideas. Wait, I am +7 here. I am +7 here. I mean -7, -8. Oh gosh! Oh, so dumb, so dumb. Oh, I think that passed my mind. It's actually -10. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness gracious! Oh, that is sneaky. I lured my opponent into a false sense of security, I think, on that one. Oh, and that is crushing. It seems like to me. What does the opponent do here? What do you do to prevent this? Can you prevent this? 7/7 gold. What is 7/7 gold? 7/7 gold. Okay, it takes. I see. And then I just come back. Oh, and it's -11. And I've got a horse, which is the most annoying piece on the board. This is interesting. This is interesting. Oh man. Oh goodness, 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 goodness. Yeah, with more thinking, it's now up to -12. Yeah, and I like it. Human wise, I love this position. Okay, so I missed a key tactic. I missed a key tactic. Where did it go wrong? Did it go wrong for me? Did it go wrong for me until then? Okay, I gave up. I threw the pawn away. I threw the pawn away. But it's -1. Why does it like my position? Hello, solitary winning go. Thank you for that. Why does it like my position? Yeah, it's -1.7. Why does it not like... Is it because this gold is a target? Is it because my pieces are more developed? Why is mine... not that this is a big advantage. It's still basically even at -1.7, but why? Why would the engine prefer... What's better about my position than his? Is it the position of my generals? Is it this rook that's just kind of in no man's land? And he's going to get another pawn. And he took it, so now it's -2.5. -2.8, -2.9. The engine almost always hates when they take this piece with the rook. So it's -3. The more it thinks, -3.1. So the more it thinks, the more it likes my position. Why? Oh, so now I should have pushed this, but I didn't. I made the second best move here. Oh, this is not the second best move. 5-1 gold was. This is the fifth best move. Okay, but we're still up more than a cente advantage as Gote. Yeah, it's minus 2.7 and climbing for me. Is it because my pieces are more active? My pieces are more active. He's got some pieces not doing anything. A lot of moves here. Naturally, the engine doesn't like this as much. Lift with the pawn drop, then swing. Yeah, it's that was what I tried. That's what I tried to do a little later. The thing is, it doesn't want to swing. I'm looking at the top line. It does want to drop this in exchange. Then it wants to get the knight up. You know, it's going to be able to block the exchange. It's going to be able to block. You know, not necessarily with this, but it's going to be able to block with a pawn drop the swing. So like if we look at that and we do swing, one second. Sorry, I heard what sounded like someone like heaving, you know, but I think it might have just been someone real loud outside the house. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it likes this. It likes this. It likes this. I don't like it so much, but the engine likes this. And now it wants to go to the edge for the opponent. But anyway, so I castled a little more. It's still looking great for me. Fascinating. So I gambited a pawn, and the engine still loves my position. Here it doesn't. So this was a mistake. But he made a mistake here in not pushing the edge or taking the pawn. So yeah, so I'm back with the 4-4. Oh, okay. I considered 4-4. I considered 3-5. Yeah. Okay. This was good. Yeah. Yeah, the engine's loving my position. 7-5 pawn? 7-5 pawn to get the silver. That I was afraid though that a pawn would come back. So let's see. Let's see. This I consider, but I didn't want this. Okay. Take. Let's say he takes. Oh, I like... Okay, this is tricky. This is tricky. This is tricky. Okay. It's now tricky. It's oh, that's not it. Okay. All right, well, let's get back to the game. Let's get back to the game. So he dropped this to prevent I don't know what. To give himself some room, I guess. This was the right move. This was the number one move. I was terrified here. It's -4. It's -7. -8. -9. It's just climbing. Okay, so this is where I start giving up my advantage. Now it's only -3, 3.5. The engine wants this. Why? That's why. What if he comes up here? Number one move is 6-5. I am not seeing I am not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing how that's not just giving up. I'm not seeing how that's not just giving up a silver. How is 6-5 a move? What? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's even just put a pawn. That's one of the better moves. Oh, I see. And then we do it. This is what I was going for at some point. Oh, okay. And this is going to be this is I think the -10 I think the -10 belies how human-wise it feels like a strong position. So this is where I gave up the advantage. This is where I gave up that huge advantage. So this is move 78. I felt I was on my back foot the entire game, and I was up the entire game. And so we're at this is the first time I think that the opponent is back on top, and it's not really on top, it's just plus 0.5. This threw it to plus 5. It wanted me to do this? It wanted me to do this. Really? Oh, yeah, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course. Okay. All right. But then this was bad. So, but it's still just +6. This was bad. This was bad. Now it's +9. Okay, so now the opponent has the advantage that I had earlier. Okay, so I did make the best of this. All right. Was there any hope from here? Okay, it doesn't look like it. Okay, I just gradually gave the okay. Yeah, this was all bad. This was all bad from here. Okay. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I am surprised. Color me surprised. I did not think I did not think I thought I was on my back foot the entire time. Hey, chess fan. Pretty cool stream. What do you mean? Let's switch the scene back. All right. Well, that gives me some confidence. That definitely gives me confidence because the slow game I feel like I'm in complete chaos at all times in the slower games. And that one, I was ahead, if not way ahead, throughout, which is surprising to me. I thought I was losing. So that makes me feel good that at least I was playing well. I was playing well until I missed the big tactic. And, Shogi is pretty tactical. We got a WSL game. I don't know either of these players. I don't know, and I don't know one Caroberto. Hungary versus Slovakia, I think. Yes, and there it is. 4 are monitoring it. Okay. All right. Let's... We can play on mic. And Mike, the past couple times are I am from the Midwest. Yes, I am. I was born and raised in Cleveland, moved to Chicago. I went to University of Chicago and stayed there for a long period of my life. And 13 or 14 years ago, moved to California. So he's going to do bogeying again, I think. So yes, I am a Clevelander. And one of the things that you could tell when someone's a Clevelander, I think it's the only location on the earth where people call that grass between the sidewalk and the street a tree lawn. We call that a tree lawn. That is unique to Midwest, that's unique to Clevelanders. Okay, I think that's a mistake. I think that is a mistake. So how do we capitalize on this? So it's now switched to Coward Castle. So I push. He takes. I come in. He drops a pawn. I promote. He takes. I take? No. No, 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 no. I push. I drop the pawn. Okay. Okay, so he takes that pawn. I think that's a bit of a trap. All right, let's do this. Drop a pawn. No. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, 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 woo. Drop the gold. Drop the gold. Drop the pawn here. Drop the... So this would be a sneak. This would be he takes, bishop takes. That's Sumero. Okay, shoot, 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 shoot. Fascinating. Fascinating. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. That's not good. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Because I'm going to lose it. Huh. So I drop this. I drop the silver. I get the bishop back. Should I take the knight first? No. Do I have mate? If I do I have mate? Is there any way I can I drop a pawn. There is Jazz Brothers. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. And thank you for the comments. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Tulip, for responding to these questions. I'm so sorry for not responding. Let's get this up here. Let's get this up here. Let's come back. That was stupid. That was a stupid place to come back. It was very stupid. Very stupid indeed. No, don't worry. No, you should be asking questions in the middle of the game. So let's that was such a bad drop. All right, let's do this. So I've still got a good bishop drop here. Wow. I think that helps me. I think that helps me. Take. take Tsumero. He runs. Drop the silver here. He comes back. Or he runs here. It's not as good. It's also knight drop. Rook takes, or gold takes. I take and promote. What if rook takes, gold takes, I drop a silver? No, because I don't have the Tsumero yet. Oh boy, the guy was not born in '85. He is not born in '85. He's an older gentleman living in Brazil. What about the silver drop here? So silver drop, he takes. No. I think I like taking with the rook. Tsumero. I'm not going to move yet. This is mate now. Oh, it is not mate. It is not mate. It is not mate. It is not mate. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
(20秒) 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, mate. Okay. Woof. All right. How did you get to let me copy that Kifu. Bring that in. All right. Adam Siu, good to see you. Nice to see you. I'm not ignoring the YouTube chat. I'm just I'm missing all the chat. So let me go back now. Oh, and there's a first time chat from Balharosa 99. Greetings. This is two in one game. This is two new viewers. Thank you. Really appreciate it. So I'll respond to this and then scroll back. You say you're a noob. Yeah, I mean, a lot of us are. In Shogi, do people ever use concepts to explain a position like in chess? You feel like everything is just pure tactical justifications. So Tulip is saying yeah. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say yeah, but I'll agree to a certain extent with Tulip, but no, they do not explain concepts like this that I have ever seen, at least in the West. You know, keep in mind that most of the game is discussed in Japanese and most of the learning material is in Japanese. But I think an argument can be made that the sort of the fundamentals, this is something that I've talked about on this stream a bunch of times, and some people have disagreed, some people have agreed, some people are probably in the middle. But where chess, people talk about positional chess quite a bit. They talk about, because pawn structure is such a key portion of the game. Pawn structure, the unchangeable pawn structure, and the way pawns defend other pawns, and all this stuff. And controlling the center and castling the king to the side, and all this stuff. There's a lot of non-tactical fundamentals that exist in chess and that people talk about and think about that I believe does not quite exist in shogi to a certain extent. In shogi, we have these things called proverbs. There are, let me give you a link to this proverbs with commentary. This page is ancient, and the diagrams are worthless, and the notation is chess notation. But other than that, like the idea of the proverbs, they're not fundamentals, but I think they're the closest thing that we have sort of to fundamentals. But people, when they talk about positions, they don't really talk about them like they do in chess. In chess, tactics are underlying a lot of positional play, but in shogi, I think it feels to me like it's more explicit how tactical the game is. As you already say, you say that everything is just pure tactical justifications. I am going to say, and this is a very quick and dirty hot take. I'm going to say, and people please that disagree with me chime in, that you can know absolutely nothing in shogi, but be strong in tactics and be great, be a great player. I don't think you can do that in chess. But I don't know. I'm better at shogi than I'm in chess, so take my words about chess with a grain of salt. But yeah, so many of these moves, just like the game I played the first game, and for the first 80 moves or whatever, I was actually ahead in the game. It was a very slow game. And then I missed a tactic. And gave the advantage up, and then missed another tactic and gave him more advantage. But at no point in that game, and maybe this is a limitation of me, but at no point in that game was I thinking about fundamentals, like, oh, I got to control the center. It was just, the only fundamental that I had was, okay, I'm going to make my king a little safer. I'm going to move my king over. I'm going to make a better castle. And in those cases, those ideas were actually wrong. I shouldn't have. So it's a lot of times the just like in chess, like no positional ideas are always correct if there's tactical problems going on. But it's a very complicated game. It's a very complicated game, and it's a very complex game. And I don't see people often talking about stuff like that. So let me see what others have said. But Tulip had said, first, that we call moves heavy, for example, talk about thickness of castle. This is sort of like Go, if you're familiar with Go. People talk about thickness and things like that. They're sort of vague. They're abstract ideas. Not that positional chess ideas are concrete all the time. There's certainly an abstract notion to them, but not to the certain extent. You can't seem to get as far out. At least in my experience. As Darkme says, just study Mino Castle and play the wrong diagonal bishop. Just studying Mino Castle and playing fourth file rook is if you want to call that a fundamental, that is a beginner's. Whether or not people believe that it's good for beginners or bad for beginners or irrelevant for beginners, a lot of people will play fourth file rook as beginners, and it is relatively easy playing that opening to get to a solid position where you have castled your king in a solid castle. You have put your rook in a position where it can swing around and react as necessary. You've defended against some of the common static rook or otherwise attacks, and you're sitting pretty. So it's almost like a fast path to move 40. You can almost safely get to move 40 in every game. And then you're just met with the middle game, which is the middle game in chess is tough too. But it's just that middle game where you just don't know what to do. And I think a lot of players will just sit around and wait for the opponent to make a mistake. And try to. You would call king safety in a positional aspect of shogi that is much more involved than in chess. But yeah, I agree with that. It is certainly much more involved than in chess. Certainly more rich and allowing for more creativity and more adjustments based on how you perceive the board developing. You know, in chess, the board develops and then you castle. Like you don't pick a castle. You don't say, okay, well, you know, my opponent has the rook over here or a silver advanced, so I'm going to make a high Mino versus a Mino versus a silver crown, or, you know, the edge looks like it may be the next area of attack, so I'm going to do that. And yeah, Tulip's saying it's a London system in shogi. I have been calling. I used to call fourth file rook the London system in shogi, and I think I still like the idea, but I'm also open to the idea that opposing rook is the London system. Opposing rook works against everything. And it can lead to some very, very, very drab games. Yeah, fourth file rook with Mino Castle. So what that is let's get into here. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do it here. I wanted to get back there. Is this the right one? Okay. I'm just going to click this because I want to see if I messed up. So Mino Castle, fourth file rook. Let's move it over, and we'll just play dual fourth file rooks. So here we are, fourth file rook. Bishop is still here. You know, usually these will be open as well, but this is Mino Castle. This is Mino Castle. This is now half Mino Castle. You usually open this pawn on the edge to give yourself more running room, and this is basically it. This is basically it. People will also play. People will also play in this Anaguma, which is another strong castle. And what are we going to do here? This is the basics of Anaguma. Oftentimes, you'll also get this gold over here. You should know how to defend the bishop head against Ibisha. That is 100% correct. So that is what I call the rite of passage. What I call the rite of passage is, so let's go back. Let's go back. Here. So right now, you know, we're getting into a tougher spot because there's nothing defending this pawn. And there's nothing defending this pawn, and there's nothing essentially guarding this bishop right off. So if he comes in, let's say we just start making, we continue to make our castle. There's it's going to be a tough time now. Like if you try to defend, there's really nothing to do. this rook at least is going to be able to promote on the next move. Because if you drop your pawn, he promotes. If you try to defend, the pawn drop comes. So I say that it's very easy to make fourth file rook. Oh, I don't have my layout set, so I say that it's very easy to make fourth file rook and Mino castle. And you can sort of mindlessly go into this. It's not quite the case because you do have to know how to defend against this. So what people usually will do, even earlier on, so they push this pawn. You do this because it allows your bishop to come up here, and now the pawn, the bishop is defending the pawn, and then I don't know if Fortune is saying this. If the Ibisha side opens this, then you come up here. And this is double defending, but you can start getting your defenders in there. And keep in mind, I'm not a fourth file rook player, so I don't know. I don't know this, but like this seems relatively common. Also for Nakabisha, which is central rook. So going way back into the first chat. Maybe Jazz Brothers said hello, and Tulip said maybe I should start spreading that phrase somewhere. What is the phrase? Hello? I wonder what that phrase was. You say confused future linguists. And then that's where you learn any good tips for beginners should focus on tactics. And I think the question focusing on, should you learn openings or focus on tactics? Tulip, I'm sure, is going to go into this. That one thing that people have said, and we've talked, this is a common thing that you discuss in shogi circles, but you can not study the opening. You can not be good at the opening, but you can be strong at endgame, and you can be a pro. If you're very strong at the opening, but not good at the endgame, you can't even be good. So it's heavily weighted towards being strong at the endgame and tactics. But so what I do. I do study the opening. I enjoy my openings. I like to get good positions, but I mostly study tsume, which is mate problems, and hishi, which is they're like chess mate problems also, where you every move does you don't make. There's a distinction in shogi where there's not in chess. Like a mate problem in chess does not require you to check every single move. A tsume shogi problem requires you to check every move. A hishi is basically you can set up a situation, brink mate, such that the next move will be mate no matter what he does. So let's say you surround the king and you have pieces in hand. No matter what you do no matter what the opponent does on the next move, you're going to be able to drop a piece to mate or make a mate. So those are both strong, worthwhile to study. And climbing silver, bogeying, is a very standard entry point. It's good. I think what did we decide? This was something that. Tree lawn. The phrase that I was calling the lawn near the sidewalk. Yeah, that strip of lawn near the sidewalk. Yeah, it's amazing because it's like the last time I looked at this, I was discussing it with people like 10 years ago. It's very easy to narrow down where someone is, where someone's from, relatively easy in the United States to narrow down based on like a few questions, just a few limited questions. You ask people questions, and you can tell where they're from, and that one is an immediate like Clevelander kind of thing. Yeah, but but about the openings, when Koshiro was here, we had a big discussion on it. Koshiro is a one of the best amateurs in the world, and a great teacher, and and a lover of shogi. Also streams occasionally, and he's just great. But anyway, we've had that discussion of what to teach someone when you start out. And Bogin, what Tulip had said, or Foradun had said, or both of you, is very common. But that doesn't necessarily dictate a castle. I think people recommend Fourth File Rook, of course, because it is, like I said, it's relatively straightforward to get into, and you can get out of the opening alive. I quote that because I question the value of that. The game, Shogi is a great game, and the early aspect of the game is also a great game. So the idea that I just want to get out of the opening, I don't quite buy into that. I understand why some people would, especially if they're very strong tactically. They just want to get out of the opening. But I enjoy that part. So it's like that would be a downside to me as a player, to just get out of the opening. That said, that is sort of why I picked Nakabisha at the beginning, because coming from chess, I had this idea that people always say, and I think this is inflated in chess. I don't think this is as true as it is, as people make it out to be, where they say opening is so important. But what am I trying to say? Gosh, I lost my train of thought. Oh, that when I was deciding what opening to pick, people said Nakabisha is played relatively rarely. There isn't a lot of theory behind it. Theory is the word theory from chess is called joseki for the most part, I'd say, in shogi. And you can get out of the opening, and it's more tactical than the other freebishas. And I think that's wrong on all counts. I think tons of people play Nakabisha. Tons of people have theory against Nakabisha. There's some extremely strong lines to play against Nakabisha from the static rook side. And that extremely strong opening that you can play from the static rook side is the one that most static rook players play against you, in my experience anyway. And I don't think it's the most tactical aggressive of the static of the freebisha openings. I think some of those third file rook ones are crazy aggressive. And what Tulip is saying, the benefit is you can get very similar positions each game, and it's easy to pick up. I agree with that. But you still need to know how to deal with the traps. You still need to know how to deal with this rite of passage ibisha. This is just universal, especially for swinging rook players. You have to know how to deal with the pawn push. But Nakabisha is great. A little more swashbuckling because your castle. It's a little more swashbuckling than I would say than the other freebishas, because your castle is weaker almost generally because you make a half mino. Because if in this case, let's start over here. If we come up and Well, I shoot. I won't do this. I'll play it slow. I'll play it very slow. And you come over here. Let's just play real slow. This is the castle. You get that half. You get a half Mino, because a full Mino is with the gold here, but because you have a rook there, you can't put that gold there. So a lot of times this gold will defend the attack on this side, and the rook will come back. So it's a little more swashbuckling because your castle is weaker, and then what a lot of people will do, especially against particular lines, is they'll make this castle will transition sometimes into something called Silver Crown, where the silver's here and the gold is where the silver is here and the gold is here. But often people will move it so that the silver is here, the pawn is here, and the gold is here, which is called Kimura Mino. And it's funny because I was making this castle before I even knew it had a name. And I learned it had a name when I went to the San Francisco Shogi Club, and he's like the player is, oh, Kimura Mino, so desu ne. It's so he was surprised. It was an older player who I think is maybe more familiar with the traditional openings. Kimura Mino and Nakabisha was probably he had been, I think my understanding was he had been coming back to Shogi. He was an older person. He had been coming back to Shogi after being away a long time. So this was it was surprising to actually see it in action. He knew of it, but he was surprised to see it. Anyway. So that's that. And Tulip loves Kimura Mino. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I really dislike the regular Mino. So okay, so here was that graph. Here was that graph. So there were some points where I messed up. It did not like this. It's calling this as bad as -8. So I went from even of plus 0.8 to -8. The engine says the best drop would have just been this. Okay. And they start defending. Okay. Yeah. This would have been tough to deal with. But he blundered it back. And then what was my other? Well, no, there are multiple blunders in here. So I dropped 2-3 gold. So I know that this is I know that they're calling this a blunder. So what else could we have done? I'm not looking at the suggestion here. This is another +8. Drop the pawn. Drop the pawn. I like dropping the pawn. Oh, no pawn in hand. Okay. So that's not it. So that's probably what I wanted. I could drop some gold here. I don't have a silver. I could drop the gold here. Try to get this. Try to exchange it, and then maybe drop the silver back here. I can't just promote. So what does the engine say? 3-5 gold. Okay, so it does like 3-5 gold. Here's the line that the server-side engine analysis wanted. Oh. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Yuck, though. Yucky, yucky. So what? But what if what if he dropped a pawn here? Do I just take? I take. He takes. I give it up. I give it up. Okay. Yeah. It's not. It's still not. It's still not like totally winning, right? Maybe it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, it's threatening it. Sure, certainly threatening it. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Engine's calling that 24. This is interesting. Wait, no, this is not interesting. This is interesting. This one was. Okay, no, the 2-2 pawn. 2-2 pawn. Four, six. Hey, Oregon Monewa. And KIGF, good to see you. You think tomorrow you get your copy of Which Pieces Do You Need to Mate? Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, great book. Great book. It's I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. Maybe I should go through that one again just on my own. You know, it's relatively quick. Well, I mean, it depends how fast you are, of course, but it's a good one. I enjoy it every time. I've been through it twice fully because once I went through it, you know, when I got it, and then I was my son was gonna play a little bit of shogi, so I recommended that book, and so before I gave it to him, I went through it again just to refresh my memory of what he's in for. Huh. This is. Oh, I just now I can take. Okay, okay. All right, all right. So I'm gonna ignore this part. And then one other big mistake I had. One other big mistake I made here. 3-8. So 3-9. Oh, so 3-9 was a mistake. 3-9 going back 3-9. I bet I should have gone here. But then the bishop drop would have hit me directly at that, right? So 3-4. Oh, so take is good, followed by my move. My move is now creeping up to number one. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Fascinating. Okay. That was a spicy game, as we usually get. Ed Mike is a spicy player. Let me evaluate manners. And I am going to take a quick break before coming back. I need some more tea. My hand is getting cold, and I need a bio break. So do this, set the scene back to 81 Dojo, and be right back. All right, I am back. Tonight should be interesting. Be playing at a pre-tournament event. Possibly playing pros tonight. There will be what are they? Ishikawa Akio. Not Ishikawa of the Ishikawa and Melkor fame, but Seven Dan professional, and Hirotaka Nozuki is or Nozuki Hirotaka. 8 Dan will be there, and I believe his wife Watanabe, Watanabe Mana. She's a ladies pro 3 Dan. I believe she is not going to be there because she is going to be battling for as a title challenger, or she's battling to become the title challenger, I think, for something. I don't think she's in the tournament, I think. So she won a game and something good is happening to her. So I think she's not going to be coming to San Francisco. But regardless, you know, I'm not a one of those people that is excited about playing pros. So I may not even play one of these pros. But we'll see. We'll see. I'd rather play other amateurs. I'd rather play other amateurs and not just know that the other player is patting me on the head. But I'm weird. And I don't like handicap. What is Judkins? What is Judkins? Okay, we're playing Judkins. We're playing Judkins. What is Judkins? Does anyone know what this is?
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Okay, you can promote. You do promote. Interesting. You do promote.
3、4、5、6、1、2、3、4、
I guess he can drop a bishop.
1、
Yeah.
2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Ah! Darn, I want to play more. I want to play more Judkins. Hey, Apollo Go. Atari first. You win that Damezumari. Wait, what? Too many liberties. Yes, way too many liberties in that game. All right, we're going to play Kyoto Shogi again. I don't know this one either. I've played it so many times and I still don't know the rules.
1、2、3、4、
I think that this turns into a lance.
3、
Yes.
1、2、3、4、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、
Ooh.
1、2、3、4、1、
Interesting.
3、4、5、6、1、2、3、4、
Darn. That would have been mate.
3、4、5、6、
What does this turn into?
7、8、9、
What does this turn into?
1、2、3、
Gosh, it takes so long to get that piece. I'm glad I didn't time out again.
7、8、 1、
Oh, you can drop it. Oh, I forgot about that.
4、
1、2、 You can drop it on whatever side.
5、6、 1、2、
What does this become? It means a gold. All right.
1、2、3、4、5、1、2、3、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Darn it. I keep... It's that promotion takes so long. The promotion takes so long. I have to go on Go. I have no sense of this game. Okay, so Dobutsu I won't play because it's buggy on 81 Dojo. All right, let's wait for a game. So Apollo Go. I take it you play Go. I also used to play Go. I used to play a lot of Go. 20 years ago. And that's, you know, I learned of shogi, I think, through Hikaru no Go. Lollybee. Okay, we played last time. Very strong player. Oh, God, that scared me. Wait, what is this? 0-30? Oh, I thought I did 10-30. Oh well. All right. Wait, is this are we in a rated game now? What is even happening? All right. All right.
10秒。
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do against this opening. I think I have to play my stuff. I think I have to play castle, like normal castle-y stuff. I don't know. I don't know. This is my most hated. This is one of my most hated, probably my most hated opening for my opponent to do. I don't enjoy these games as much. Just mostly because I have no idea what to do. And it doesn't let me do my stuff, I think, as easily. All right. All right. All right. All right.
10秒。
Yeah. I gotta let this not I gotta let the disappointment of his opening not impact my ability to play, because, you know, clearly I need to be able to play against all openings.
10秒。 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 10秒。
Yeah. This is also it's one I don't even study, because so few people play this, thankfully. And I have almost no material from Urshino Ryu channel or Urshino Sensei, because strong players don't seem to play this either.
20秒。
So I just don't I like they never get this.
5、6、7、8、9。
All right, let's resign. All right. So that's how I play that game. That's my line. That's my line. Is that I just resign early. Let's bring this in. I don't even. You know, it's almost worthless going at this with the. Oops, I didn't want to do that. With an engine here. I'll have to do this off stream where I run the engine a little longer and see what I can do. Try to dig up some video. No one seems to do this. Urshino Sensei is 6 Dan, 6 or 7 Dan depending on the level. Urshino Ryu channel is 5 Dan, and their opponents just don't do this. So I have almost no material to know what to do against this. I forgot. Yeah, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by in the chat. You hate playing against that too. You don't get to do your Urshino stuff. Okay. So my sense is right that you don't get to do it. I just don't know what to do, because it's so rare. This is probably the most rare thing that anyone does to me. Four, four? 4-4. Okay, so it wants to come up here. So let's see where I'm. Either way, this is fine. 3-3. Okay. So I'm still there. Oh, it does. It does want this. It does want this. The engine. I mean, this engine at very low depth was wanting it. So I played this. 8-5 pawn. Okay, so I'm still playing. I'm at -2. So and the engine loves my spot. Engine really loves my spot. It's now -4. Okay, I was going to push a little later. It wanted to do this. Do this, and then if he does that, I come up. Okay, I just play. I just play. All right. Yeah, I'm liking this more. So anyway, I did 5-2. It's still -4. Still -4. So the engine likes my spot. I should be happy with these kinds of positions. It increases because that's almost. It seems like this is almost never right to take. I don't know why that is, but it seems like it's almost never right. Like the engine never likes it against me. Okay. Engine likes that move. We go with this. Didn't like this as much. 4-4 pawn. Okay. Okay, block it off. Block it off. Block the eventual diagonal and hold off the knight. Now that's too simple. That's way too simple. Why didn't I do that? Why didn't I do that? This would have also been nice because it would have come with tempo. Okay. This is a mistake. The engine's. They're calling this a flat-out mistake. Take with the silver. I considered it, but then I thought he's going to jump. Okay. Well, it's a mistake. It's a mistake to take with the pawn. But what now? What now? What now? Wait, what? Okay. Okay. All right. It's calling this -7. All right. All right. Even so, even here, though, even here, it's still my advantage. 8-6 pawn. 8-6. Either way, my move was fine. My move was fine. It's an even game. Oh. Okay, yeah, I just blundered the game away. Okay, yeah. So and that's it. And that's it, and it's an even game. It's just an even game. Okay. I'll try to keep that in mind. But in the end, I was able to, I could have brought my Urashino bishop out earlier on. Because I was Sente. Oh, no, I wasn't. I was Gote. All right. This is Hayakuri Gin. Pretty common in bishop exchange games. Okay. Usually played with pawn 7-5 rather than silver 6-5. Okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah, nobody plays... I mean, almost nobody plays this against me. or against Urshino Ryu, or against Urshino Ryu channel, or against Urshino Sensei. It's a total blind spot for me. So that, like, in the end, it's very difficult for me to know what to do thematically in Urashino Ryu in this opening, because I have little experience with it. The people I'm learning from don't seem to play it, don't seem to get people playing against it, don't seem to get their opponents playing it. And so I'm just guessing with the engine. I'm just going with the engine, being like, okay, what are the good moves here? And what do I feel like is more in line with the idea of Urashino Ryu and what I'm trying to get, in terms of positions. So, yeah, it's tough. All right, so we got that. Turtwig is on here. I would like to play. I don't want to. He may be looking for a particular type of player to play. So I don't want to challenge, because he's no doubt doing some training for this weekend's tournament. So I don't want to throw that into any chaos. So let me go back to my 81 Dojo scene. I don't know if that came through, that sound. It's just a big sound out there. Lollybee's playing. I wonder if he's playing that same Hayakuri Gin. So I got to remember that 4/4 pawn. Amigo dopeito. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. I don't think I've ever played him. I've seen some of his games because I watch a lot of Brazilian tournaments. So I think I've seen some of his. Is that a global server? It is global. Yes, it is worldwide. It's still primarily Japanese, because it is shogi. But Brazil has a large shogi contingent. All right. So like I say, when on 81 Dojo, there are a lot of Westerners who will be familiar with the Ishikawa anti-Urashino Ryu sort of opening. So he's going to go to 5th rank. Oh, or not. Okay. Well, let's push then. This is the line that Z-Kid until this, but he'll play to the 5th rank. What Z-Kid will do. And so I'm guessing he's going to do it now. Oh, okay. Do I have a trap? Do I have a way to trap this? So yeah, I've got to watch out for the multiple tatakis. So what am I gonna do? I don't drop here yet. Drop the pawn. He takes, I take. He takes, I take. No. He takes, I take. I take. He takes with the silver. Drop the pawn. He takes, I take. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh gosh, I he's got the drop the knight. Take the gold. What if I drop this? If I bring the bishop in, and he drops a silver on my head. Then I promote. He takes, I take. Rook supremacy. I mean bishop supremacy. You know, I have a target here. I definitely have a target. I've got a target. I've got a something here. Wonder if another silver drop here would be good. Oh, oh man. Oh, that was spicy. That was spicy. Wait, you like my funny words? Wait, what funny words? What funny words? Um, let me. That was a blast. That game was really fun. I'm going to guess that he had a nice advantage on me, but I don't know. I liked my attack. I definitely liked my attack. You know, I had some nice bishop drop locations. So let's get back to the end. Okay, so it is +7. He does have the advantage. It is +7. I was thinking a silver drop here. The engine wants 2-2. Okay, well, whatever. Ah, bring back the rook. Bring back the rook. That is an interesting move. Yeah. Oh, that's that. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you bring back the rook, do I bring a silver here? Or do I just sack? I mean not silver, a bishop. Do I drop a bishop? I don't think I drop a bishop because then he could drop a silver. So rook back. It is sack here. This is probably what I would have done. But it's +9. But it's spicy. Um what so he knee food. So let's say he dropped this. Okay, it's still sack. Yeah, yeah. I like that. I like that. I do like that. And then come back. It does want to take. It doesn't want to jump the knight. Or do this. 5-3 pawn, 2-7 bishop. I like 2-7 bishop a lot. But 5-3. 5-3. We're still basically equal here. +4. I mean that's plus 3.9. Hmm. Okay. All right. So where was the mistake? Where was the mistake to give the advantage earlier? We're even. We're even. We're even with me being slightly advantageous here. Just go to 8-2. Just go to 8-2. Just go to 8-2. And then, yeah, and he comes up. Then I drop the pawn. He drops the pawn. Oh, I drop the pawn. Ah. Wow. Okay. Oh, that's snazzy. Okay. All right, I'm learning. I'm learning. That is very sharp. Very sharp. All right. Well, I wish we could have played longer. Um, since he is he's a stronger player, and I just being in Brazil, I feel like friend of the channel. I say friend of the channel. I don't. He may. Oh, I don't know if I had my right. Oh, I did not have my right scene on there. Sorry about that, everybody. It was still visible, but it wasn't the full scene. Oh wow, Turtwig and Sasha Breton are playing here. A 10-second game. Wow. My hand is cold. My hand is cold. So I've got some more time. Not much more time. I've got time about for one more. And then I'm going to start preparing for tonight's stuff. I've got a little bit to do and then just get ready, because it's far. It's like an hour drive away from here. All right, what am I doing? I'm setting up, waiting for a game. Cold, cold, cold. I see Morph is playing. So Morph is back on 81 Dojo. Doing 81 Dojo things. Kote Kote boxing. I wonder what that means. Kote Kote boxing. What is Kote Kote? It's cold. It's at the end of April. Come on. It's the end of April in Northern California. Why am I cold? I see that 10-second game, and now I'm feeling like playing some 10 seconds. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, 10-second. Maybe I'll play it on 81 Dojo again. I don't know. Tomorrow it's already Friday, Fast Friday. The Shogi War. I've been getting demolished on Shogi Wars in 10-second lately. But that should be no reason to fear it. Oh god, cold, cold, cold. All right. So Naona is not even asking for a variant game. What's going on 81 Dojo? I mean, on Lee Shogi. Nothing. Melkor had a simul. Interesting. All right, well, I'll put this down. I'll close this up. This will be the end of Title Tuesday, and then I'll just play this anonymous game on 81 Dojo. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. How am I still provisional rated? I played like a gazillion games. Okay. Five minutes, 10-second Byoyomi. Okay. Get in his castle. So we're going to be in a similar position where this rook is on this file. Okay. Yeah. Not too afraid of it. Not too afraid of it because my bishop is defending. Oh, but he's going to have a silver. Oh gosh. Take. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Spice. Spice. It is spicy. It is spicy. So if this token comes here, yeah. So what's the he's threatening mate. He's threatening the mate drop. Yeah. Let's he can just take. I come up here. Do I have mate? Do I have mate? I don't think so. Do I have mate? Do I have any way? And do I have any way to prevent mate? Now I can prevent mate. Now I can prevent mate. Gold. He runs here. Take, take. Silver is Tumero. Silver. So I drop the silver. Drop the silver. No, but he can take. I drop the gold. He comes forward. He comes forward. Do this. I spend a lot of time in a 5-minute, 10-second game. Okay, so now Sumero. Obviously, this is the threat. So I got to get this king. You know, if I would have if I would have checked, I think he would have come down here. So now so Sumero again, because take, drop, drop. Obviously threatening the rook. What a spicy game. If you haven't noticed today, I'm trying to play in a slightly more end game focused way, where I'm trying to make threats. And I don't know if they're good threats, but threats are hard to defend, even if they're bad threats. I should change the stream title to Spicy Thursday. Yeah. Yeah, no one else wanted to play my spiciness on 81 Dojo, so I had to leave. I had to go to Lee Shogi. So this isn't a threat because I just take. Right? Whoa. What if I promote here? Can I promote there? Let's do it. Let's do it. It is spicy. Still spicy. Leaving the rook. I don't need rooks. Where we're going, we don't need rooks. Oh no! No! Oh. He timed out. That was fun. That was a very fun game. So, did I have this? Oh, and I didn't switch my scene. I didn't switch my scene. Sorry. At least it was visible, but I didn't switch the scene. Was this right? I am going to stare at it. I am going to take there was, I shared it on the Discord. There was a Kostya Kavutsky chess blog. It was after, I believe it was after the Reykjavik event, where Z-Kid attended and played, incidentally. But he ended up, Kostya Kavutsky ended up spending hours and hours and hours with famous Ukrainian grandmaster Vasily Ivanchuk, and just analyzing, and mostly blindfold analyzing, just talking about these positions and analyzing, and it sounded like, well, I mean, obviously he had an incredible time, and but it sounds like he could have been joking around, but he said, like, most players will go after their game, they'll go and then they'll consult with the engine, to see, they'll analyze with the engine. Ivanchuk, when he analyzes, he goes to analyze with himself. So it inspired me a little bit to think a little. I always try not to let the engine completely guide my thoughts, but more now than ever after reading that blog post, I am going to try to think harder on some of my positions before giving in, and before giving in to the engine and seeing what I have. And it also inspired me more to work on my coordinates, my speaking, and my... Oh wait, I missed this, Chess Fan NC. If you're still there, I missed your entire comment about my Midwest accent. There was the Midwest accent, yes, when we started talking about TRLennon, but I didn't see these two comments where you said you would know that Midwest accent any day. You have a relative you talk all the time who's from Akron. I have relatives in Akron as well. Also, LeBron James is in Akron. Was in Akron anyway. But that's fascinating. So people in the Midwest, we think, and maybe most people think this, but we think that of all the American accents, of all the English accents, that we are closer to having no accent than anybody. New Yorkers, they have an accent. Californians have a bit of an accent. The South obviously has an accent. British obviously have a ridiculous accent. They're not pronouncing the letters the way the letters should sound. Minnesota people, obviously, yeah, they've got their accent, coming from Scandinavians. And so we in the Midwest, I think this is universally held, because I've discussed this with someone before, but we seem to think, just going on other accents, Boston, Boston and all those, but we think, Midwest people think that ours is the cleanest spoken English. It is the cleanest. We in Chicago, and Cleveland. People in Cleveland, we don't have much to hold out for. Like, we don't have much. I'm not a Clevelander anymore. It's been a long time since I've been in Cleveland. But Clevelanders do not have much going for them. So it's critical to have these bits of superiority where we consider that that our English has the least accent and is the most pure to the written language. And I'm biased, obviously, because I was born there, but it seems like it's a valid argument. I don't know if it's not, but like, if you try to if you pronounce the letters as they are written, I think Midwest people are closer. But I don't know. Anyway, so it's fascinating to me. So if you call it thick accent, I am going to say it's thick anti-accent. That's what I'm going to say. My words slur together. Oh, is that a Midwest thing? So this is something that I notice. This is definitely something that I notice. And I think it's because I've always thought it's because I speak too quickly and I get too excited about some of these discussions. So, I do try to work on that because I hear the stream. I review these streams and it's like I'm talking too quickly, or I don't know what I have a bunch of other complaints about myself that I try to deal with when I stream. But the slurring together, is that a Midwest thing? I would argue that we speak in cursive, because we are sophisticates. We are sophisticates. We learned cursive in school, and just like the letters blend together, sometimes, perhaps, our words do as well, and our thoughts, and our hearts. The way to tell a Midwestern person is when the words slur together and they make a slightly different sound. What was my name? My name is Frank. My name is Frank. But yeah, that's fascinating. I have never in my life, I'm a young man. I'm a very young man, obviously. I'm in my teens. I'm in my late teens, early 20s. I'm a young man. And I have never heard anyone give that description of a Midwestern accent before. It's fascinating. Because I went to university in Chicago, and we talked about these types of things there, because people are coming from all over the country and world, and that never came up. Don't you know? So I don't say don't ya. I don't think. Don't you know? But I think people do. So, as a sophisticate, it's funny how people try to avoid some of the slang of their native language to appear to be more sophisticated. And I think it's mostly young. I'm going to say, all I know is men. So I'll just say young men who are, maybe in their teens, maybe a little nerdy, maybe a little not as cool. And I think some of us, we kind of try to leave some of the uncouth slang by the wayside, and we try to speak in a more sophisticated way to set ourselves apart as young men. I'm thinking, I know someone from Australia who also has done this. When he came, so he was a coworker for a long time, coworker and great friend. Is. Well, he no longer is a coworker. Now my job is Shogi, but I did not even realize he was Australian. I thought he was a New Yorker, and he worked very hard to rise up, I suppose, beyond the Australian accent, which he found to be unsophisticated. When I said that I don't have any noticeable accent, but it's when you're not paying attention. Yeah, I'm going to guess that that is the case. But I speak very good English. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I did well on my SATs. uh yeah. When I'm not paying attention, the accent slips out, the words go together and give it away. Fascinating. Very, very interesting. I could talk about this stuff all day. I'm sure you said you think that's pretty common generally. Your wife taught fifth grade in San Antonio, and there were many children of Spanish-speaking parents who were taught not to speak Spanish. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. But that was it really shows the sign of the times. When my grandparents were growing up, my background is primarily Hungarian, and my great grandparents were coal miners, and even as sort of uneducated coal miners, uneducated, and I'm not using that in a negative way, as literally they did not go to university, and study in school very much. They're just hardworking people, and they did not have their children speaking Hungarian in the home. So my grandparents did not speak Hungarian, and my parents, who are both in the first generation of their family who went to university, don't speak it at all. So I live in Northern California, so I am in the San Francisco Bay Area. I am in a city with the initials of LA, but I am not in Los Angeles. So, back in those days when people came over, not to get on the soapbox, back in those days, when people came in, they wanted to assimilate. They wanted to speak the language. They were proud to join and become American, and they were proud to sort of give up, in a large sense, some of that and try to join in with everyone else. And so, my parents were basically taught not, my grandparents were taught not to speak Hungarian or Italian. I think, both, that was Hungarian and Italian are my two primary. And so it's fascinating. It's fascinating. And then those of us now who only speak English, we try to get set apart in our own ways. That's the thing. When you're growing up, you're always trying to, especially if you're a nerd or especially if you're on the edge anyway, trying to distinguish yourself in some way. And so, as someone who, I'm not as extreme as some of the people I know who have explicitly tried not to sound like where they're from. There is some of that where growing up you want to sound intelligent, you want to sound sophisticated, all that kind of stuff. And as I'm getting older now, it's falling by the wayside. Northern California. Don't assume. Don't assume. There are a lot of people out here. There are a lot of people out here. Yes, Atari. I see you over there. I see you over there. Please don't poop on the floor. Our cat, she's such a good girl. But I'm worried that something has happened in the past month now. It's becoming way too common in the middle of the night for her to poop on the floor. She doesn't go all the way to the litter box. There's the stairs to our room. She's been sleeping upstairs on our bed with us. But I wake up, I come downstairs, recycle my 81 Dojo D miles, and there's a plop of, poop on hopefully the wood floor, but sometimes on the rug. And it's just very difficult to clean up. How old is she? She is 10 now. She's 10. So I am concerned that maybe she's getting a little senile, maybe she's having some trouble. But I'm also concerned that she is in some way lashing out against something that we're doing. And I just don't know what it is. I know that she misses, I don't know, but I suspect she misses my daughter and my son quite a bit. And my daughter being at university, my daughter would still be coming home most of the weekends from university, even though she would be coming home on the weekends a lot. She has not been doing that lately. So it's been multiple weeks of just the three of us, the cat, my wife, and I. And yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So I don't know. I don't know, because otherwise she acts so great, and she's never been a loving cat, but she's like she's never been one of those that just comes up and sits on the lap and purrs. But she is loving to us, and she sits with us, and yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I don't know. I'm concerned about it. You say Cali is so expensive. No joke. It is high tax, high cost of all the services, obscene cost of all the services, high food costs, high gasoline costs, high everything. It's rough. It has its rough parts. It's overcrowded. But it is beautiful weather and beautiful land. And yeah. So anyway. So this move, I came up here. I think it's still what can he do? So I come up here. Can he drop this? Is that he can't run because the gold drop would be mate. He takes. I take. He takes. That means I have a gold. I have two golds in hand. So and then I drop a gold here. He runs. I take. And that's mate, I think. I think that would be mate. If he drops the bishop here, then it's just gold drop. He runs. Take his mate. What else can he do? Because he tries to just come up. It's gold drop, take. I think that's it. I think that's it. So let's see. 8-7. It's mate in 11. 7-8. 7-8 gold. 7-8 gold. 7-8 gold is mate in 11. Is it Sumero? So what was mine? Mine still was essentially he she. And 5-2 is the move. Oh no. Oh 5-2. 5-2. It's just giving the pieces. Okay. So that was. Wow. So what is the mate here? Is this Tumero? 7-8 gold. Takes. Oh, it is. It is. No, it isn't, because I only have one. Ah. Okay. Yeah. All right, it is. Wow. So let's read that again. That's a mate in 11. Yeah, I'm probably not going to read a mate in 11 in 10 seconds, but so gold takes pawn drop. The pawn drop is the key. Pawn drop. Like Jar Jar, the pawn drop is the key to all this. Yeah, pawn drop and then cutting it off. Okay. Well, either way, I can't be more pleased with this attack. This is the second game in a row where I'm giving up my rook for attacks. I think it's the third one today. We're trying to make horse and bishop attacks. So tonight, these pros better watch out tonight. Let me get their names again. Yeah, Ishikawa Sensei and Nozuki Sensei. They better watch out. If they play me and they just think I'm just some bumbling fool, they'll be right. But I'm going to be attacking. And no handicaps. Get those out of here. Get those handicaps out of here. Oh, it looks like you have fun. You say I'm I'm not going to change it. I'm going to read it as oh man, so jealous. I have fun. It's like I have fun though. You're not so good. I have fun. Forget it. I don't know how many people are going to be there, but I'm pretty sure the place that we're playing. Yeah, I have fun too. You know, you betcha. I think there may be floor shogi board. You know, a board with, because I've seen photos from the last time the U.S. Shogi Championship was in San Francisco, and I think they had a party at this same house. And in one of those photos, they were using a shogi board with legs. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I get no use out of mine other than me practicing on it myself. I have never played a game in Seiza on a floor shogi board. Well, against my kids, I have. So it's not quite true. But either way. This is going to be a wobbly graph. But one mistake I did make here is this. It's interesting that it's calling it a mistake. It goes from -18 to -4.8. But it doesn't call it an inaccuracy or a mistake or a blunder. How is that? So (8-7) pawn. (8-7) pawn is interesting. (8-7) pawn is very interesting. I'm still not quite seeing it, though. I'm still not seeing it. So the more you churn on this, the more the eval's going up. It's calling this -22, -23. What am I not seeing? What am I not seeing? Goal? Is there... Okay, so 5-8 silver. It's the same move that I did. Basically the same theme. The same theme. Same theme. Okay. Actually, it just promoted. It doesn't even need to make the threat. Don't need that silver. Just keep coming over. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. Incredible. Shogi is... the attacking is so strong. Oh, so here's basically the graph of that game. It's still calculating the beginning. I was Sente, or I was Gote, so I'm the white side of this. I did give a big advantage at some point. I took with the silver. I guess I played this right. This was not. Calm. And then, yeah. Okay. But that said, this calm, I think, would have just ended in a loss. Well, no, not necessarily. 8 plus 8 is not necessarily a loss. So this was saving the rook was the losing move for him. Okay. All right. All right. All right. That worked out. That was fun. That was a fun game. All right. Well, I think that's going to be it then. Yeah, it's going to call it a day. I'm going to go prepare for that event and for anyone flying out tomorrow. So if I don't see you on the stream tomorrow, you have safe flights. I will hopefully see you on either Friday night or Saturday morning or Sunday or who knows when. But thanks, and I appreciate the discussion in the chats, and thank you to the new viewers as well, and new follower, and have a great remainder of the day. Enjoy your shogi. Thanks again. Take care. Bye.